Welcome back to the Good Morning Show. We are live in the studio. It is Friday morning, very exciting, and we are now joined by a new guest who will be a vendor at Bird and Barn coming up on next Thursday. We are now joined with Marita Hensel. Welcome, Marita. How are you?
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning
And
to you too.
tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got to the Cleveland, Chattanooga area, and your background, and we'll kind of talk a little bit about your business.
Okay. Well, I started making jewelry at Cleveland State, kind of as like a therapeutic outlet for me while I was in nursing school, and it kind of progressed from there. I started selling some of my work after I graduated from nursing school, and it ended up being more productive than I anticipated.
That's cool.
Yeah, it took me longer to get a job than I thought it would as a nurse, just graduating and stuff. And so it just ended up being more successful, and I was like, well, let's just keep this as a side job. So, yeah.
And tell us a little bit about your company and some of the products that you make.
Well, my company is made Emotion Made Visible. I do a lot of enamel work, and I also do a lot of stuff with nature, like resin encased in flowers, and I grow a lot of the flowers myself. And
Wow.
yeah, the enamel is actually powdered glass that I fire to 1,500 degrees so that it fuses to the copper. And
Wow, I bet that's a process.
yeah, it is. I started doing the enamel work at Cleveland State and with their kilns, and then ended up buying my own.
Nice. And you brought some products in the studio with you today. Tell us a little bit about some of these products that you have.
Okay. The enameled pennies are featured there, and I think I also have a picture of it. I have some enameled earrings as well, the leaf stamped, and then I have some dragonfly earrings as well, and then some drop enameled green earrings. And this one's kind of more of a translucent, so you can kind of see like the copper on the edges.
Nice. And tell me about your time frame for completion for something like this. From start to finish, from concept to creation, what kind of time frame are we looking at for these products?
About an hour, just to like accumulate all of the different colors and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's a bit time consuming.
Well, that's cool. So
But I don't just bake one at a time. When I make one, I make usually about 30.
Really? That's pretty cool. So they're kind of like they're silhouettes almost, I guess, of some of the animals. And tell us a little bit about the half moon. Tell me a little bit about that design.
Yeah, that's actually new, and it's going to be first time shown at the Bird and Barn event, along with the other little drop pieces with it. I was inspired just by the geometric shapes that I've been seeing. It seems to be pretty, and it's more simplistic than the stuff that I've been doing. A lot of my pieces are bigger, but I've noticed that the smaller pieces are coming back in, so.
Nice. And these are they look like they kind of have a bit of a set to them. You have some of the smaller ones, because I know you're wearing two necklaces as well, so that's kind of like is that a trend?
I like to do layering.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is that what that style is called, layering?
Yeah.
Okay. Josh and I are learning all kinds of things about jewelry this morning that we had no idea about before, so this is quite an education.
Yeah, a lot of people started out with like the enameled pennies with layering, so then I've tried to do like some smaller pieces to go along with it.
Now the chain that you have attached to these, is that copper or?
Some of them are copper and some of them are brass.
Oh, okay. Very
they're
cool.
coated with something that's supposed to protect people from like allergies that are like allergic to copper or other metals.
That's
because I have super sensitive skin.
Especially on the that burgundy one that you were just on, Josh. You can definitely see the penny.
The penny, yeah.
You can see the penny inside that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, do you do other than pennies? Do you do other like quarters, dimes,
No.
nickels, or just the pennies?
It has to be copper because the other ones will, like other metals will explode in the heat unless you have like gold or stainless steel.
All right.
I know that from personal experience because after 1982 they started making pennies with
closer side.
with zinc, and that explodes. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So this is not a try this at home type of thing.
No, definitely take a class on it for sure.
Okay, because you just don't want to start throwing elements in a stove and seeing what happens.
And
So
also be talented.
yes, you also need to be talented.
That rules us out.
No, right. So so tell us a little bit about the pieces that you have here. Obviously already pre-made, but as we were talking with Kate earlier, do you do custom work for people that want to do some custom jewelry?
Yeah, I do. Some people actually want like their initials stamped in more the clear glass glaze.
Okay.
So I do that. You'd have to contact me on my website.
Okay.
Emotion Made Visible.
Okay,
on Etsy.
and we have some pictures up here on the screen right now. Tell us a little bit about some of the pictures that the art that we have here.
Okay. That's my logo. I designed it myself. I chose a peacock feather because usually you can see like an eye, and I wanted it to be like emotion made visible. So I kind of had like the emotion with the heart.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then you had another picture up there, Josh.
I have a couple here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about this.
And those are my new enameled kind of nature hair clips. Those ones are butterflies, but I also have
clips.
leaves. Yeah, yeah. Those are the hair clips. New. I just posted them recently on my Etsy page, and I'll have them at Bird and Barn too.
How do you get the variation in the coloring? It
It's
looks like glitter
different layers
almost.
of glass. That one, all of those have 3 layers of glass. It just kind of depends like how long you keep it in the kiln will produce a different color because like no piece ever turns out alike. It's kind of like Christmas.
Yeah, cool.
Everything's
Okay.
a surprise, and for the most part, it's a good surprise.
Yeah, and it's cool because you have one of a kind pieces like our previous guest. When you're wearing something from one of you guys, it's the only one out there.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I'll have a piece that I absolutely love, and then someone's like, "Oh, I want one just like that," and I'll be like, "Well,
That's
I,
cool.
I can't make another.
Yeah.
I could do a variation though." In those ones, you can actually see the
So
enamel
those are
pennies.
the enamel pennies.
Yeah, and that's where it all started.
You said it had to be copper. Do you have to find old pennies that are 100% copper?
What's the year that they have to?
64, wasn't it?
1982
82.
or
That's
older.
close.
Yeah, after that
20
they
years.
started to
Wow.
change the metal to zinc.
Very interesting. And and as Josh mentioned, they two don't turn out the same. So you're very
Mm-hmm.
unique pieces. So unlike Josh and I, who are unfortunately wearing the same shirt today,
We should have picked matching bracelets.
we should have gotten matching bracelets. Yeah.
now we
So
can have matching necklaces.
so you want to make sure that you for the ladies out there, they want to have the only one of one in the collection. So very cool. And tell us about a little bit about is this another one of your pieces?
Yeah,
Kate?
that's another one of my pieces. That's actually my cousin that's modeling it for me. That one has the enameled earrings that I have with me here today. And then one of the necklaces I'll also be showcasing. It's actually crystal quartz that's wire wrapped with freshwater pearls, Swarovski crystals, and then a bullet casing.
A bullet casing?
Yeah, my boyfriend got me into shooting recently. So
Oh, okay. So I see that's where
I'm
it's
upcycling.
actually connected. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's pretty cool. And you'll have these at Bird and Barn as well.
yeah.
Very cool.
I ran out last season, so I'm restocked. Yeah.
Well, there's a good chance you may run out next week, too.
Right. And one more time, tell some folks about your company, where they can find if they can't make it to Bird and Barn and they want to get some information or contact you, how they would. You also have a Facebook page as well. Do you post a lot of the pictures of your product on the Facebook page?
Yeah, I post on my Facebook page, I post on Etsy, and then I also have an Instagram. I think I'm a little more active on Instagram just because it's
Visual?
it's more visual, so it's more artsy. But I'm keeping my Facebook page pretty up to date too.
And they can search Emotion Made Visible
Yes.
when they go to any of those social media
Yes.
or the web page as well. Very cool. And anything else as far as the price point? So folks that are planning for Christmas, what is a price point that the products will range in?
Well, it ranges from 16, which is the create your own necklace where you can pick out your own pendants, like the enamel pennies, and you put it together yourself. And then to the more advanced pieces, which are like $46.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
very cool.
So it's a big range.
Yeah, and in your custom work, what's the time frame they need to, if they wanted to order something for Christmas for somebody and they want to do something custom, how much lead time would they need to give you?
It would need to be 2 weeks just because around the holidays, the
Right.
postal service is a little bit slower.
Okay, so if
And
you're
the
if you're
lines
mailing
are
them out.
really long.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, good. That's good information to know. And let's pop up your Facebook page real quick. So if you're on Facebook, you can go to Facebook and type in Emotion Made Visible. You'll have some links. There's your contact information is also on there if you want to do something custom. And if you cannot, if you can't get on Facebook or contact her through social media, show up at Bird and Barn next Thursday, and she will be there with her booth and a lot of her products. So, and one more time, just let the folks know your company name and where they can find you.
It's Emotion Made Visible. You can find me online on Etsy, Instagram, and Facebook. And then I'm also at Homegrown Silver and Stone in downtown Chattanooga,
Cool. And where's that located?
on Fraser Avenue.
On Fraser Avenue.
Yeah.
So you're down on North Shore.
Yeah.
Very cool. Is that that's near? I'm trying to remember the. You got Blue Skies.
Blue Skies,
You have
yeah. Walgreens.
Walgreens is right there. So if you go over the Market Street Bridge, you hang a right
Yes.
onto Fraser.
Yes, it's right beside Blue Skies and an ice cream shop too.
Very cool. And that's Clumpy's
Yes.
ice cream, one of my favorite ice cream
Yeah.
place in Chattanooga. So very cool. Well, Marita, thank you very much for coming in today, and we look forward to seeing you again at Bird and Barn. And for folks that have not or just tuning in, you got to go to Bird and Barn, get your tickets in advance. You can buy them at the door. But next Thursday, starting at 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. at Black Fox Farms, go to Bird and Barn, check out some of our amazing artists that have their work on display. Marita, thank you again for coming into the studio
Thank
today.
you.
We really appreciate you taking the time. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll come back and we'll have our political correspondent talk about the remaining 18 days between now and the election day. We'll be right back.